Good morning, welcome to another presentation of the Solid Sports video blog. This is episode 215. Today's date is December 31st, the final day of the year 2022. I'm Troy West said thank you so much for watching. Like I said, sorry about this camera. Like I said, it's sitting in a weird spot. So it always looking like I'm looking up. But thanks guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. Got a big show today. Got a lot of things to talk about. College football playoff, we're gonna start with that today. Not that much baseball news, really ain't none. Everything's sort of calmed down at the free agency, calmed down a little bit. But it is the death anniversary of Roberto Clemente for you baseball fans out there, so that's a little tidbit for baseball today. But we ain't gonna talk much baseball pretty much at all today. We're gonna focus on the college football playoff. Semifinals are tonight. TCU and Michigan, 3-2 matchup, and then number 4 Ohio State against number 1 Georgia. We will give you a quick preview of that. NBA, huge performances this week. Few last night. LeBron James on his 30, if I'm 39, he's 38. I think he just turned 38, I believe. Yesterday, had 47 points. The Luka game, of course, everybody was talking about that this week. 60, 20, and 10 that Luka had. So we'll touch on all that stuff. Look at the standings. We ain't gonna do the up and down this week. It's been, like I said, teams are pretty much stuck where they are. So I'm not going to do that separate this week. I might just put, look at the standings and just talk about a few teams. So we'll do that. And NFL Week 17, we got the NFL picks. Look back on Thursday night's game, Dallas at Tennessee. We look back at that. We look at the big games coming up this weekend. Especially the huge one Monday night, Bills and Bengals. That's probably one of the biggest games, not just this week, one of the biggest games of the season, Monday night. So that should be an interesting game. We'll talk about that. We'll pick all 15 games left of week 17. And then I got a few announcements to make. With the future of the channel going. Those who follow me, I did take a little break. Part of it was more mental than anything, but there's just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes here at work and things of that nature. So I just decided to, take a little break this week. But I'll get more into that at the end of the show, because we definitely going to have a break, sort of forced break. But I'll explain that at the end of the show. But let's get into the college football playoff preview. TCU at Michigan, I think that kickoff is at 4 p.m. Both of these games on ESPN, unfortunately for me, so I go here to watch them. But Michigan, I like the way Michigan looked all year. They undefeated. They beat Ohio State, and then they went on to win the Big Ten. TCU, of course, lost in the Big 12 championship, but it was undefeated up to that point. As they lost to Kansas State. They play Alabama today. That's probably a good game as well, even though it don't have no playoff implications. But I like Michigan in this game. I think I say Michigan a lot this year. I just think they just dominate on the defensive end. TCU, that quarterback they got, he's pretty good. But the few times I've seen them, they was always in close, tight games. I think Michigan shut them down. I think they pull away in the second half. I think Michigan will win by. I think they win by more than 10. I don't know what the spreads are. I should have probably wrote them down. Even though I could look at it real quick, but I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan pretty much dominate this game. But TCU is capable. They're capable of competing, but I just think Michigan is just too good. I think they will move on to the final. And then we got Ohio State and Georgia. This is going to be a fun game, a huge game. Georgia, of course, to me, still been the best team all year. Also good defensively. Ohio State, fun to watch. Got all the guys all over the field. Marvin Harris's son, one of the receivers, the quarterback. Even though the USC quarterback won the Heisman, but the kid, I can't think of his name. I always get brain farts, but excuse me. But I just think Georgia win this game. I just think they're the better team. So I think it's going to wind up being Georgia and Michigan. And I still think Georgia going to win the whole thing. I just think Georgia just is a class above everyone else right now. And it'll be back-to-back for them, right? Because they won it last year. So be back-to-back championships if they're able to pull it off. And that's how I see it, break it down. And next Saturday, possibly, if we on next Saturday, we will look at that. I'll be on next Saturday no matter what, even if what happens, which I'm going to talk about later. I'm going to, I can go live from my phone or something. So that's what I probably wind up doing next week if I have to. So I'll be on next week for sure, next Saturday. But yeah, I think Georgia going to wind up winning this thing. I think it's going to start tonight with Ohio State. I think it will be them in Michigan. I think it'll be a tight championship, but I think Georgia will pull it out. That's how I see it happening. So both games today, so definitely check them out if you're a college football fan. Like I said, Alabama, Kansas State, that's a game outside of the playoff that, I'm looking forward to. But see, I think Alabama not going to be motivated to be there. So I think Kansas State might upset them today, honestly. And there's other bowl games today, so definitely check them all out. But the two college football playoffs, TCU versus Michigan, and Ohio State, Georgia. 4 o'clock the Michigan TCU kickoff, and then 8 o'clock is Ohio State, Georgia. Then the winners will meet for the title, which I believe next Monday. I think it's the 9th. I might be wrong, but it'll probably be the 9th. So let's move on to the NBA. Let me pull up some stuff here. Been some big performances this week. Luka Doncic, 60 points, I think he had 62, 22 rebounds. We're about to pull up the exact numbers. LeBron with a big game last night in Atlanta. Birthday was last night. So still doing things that at year 20 a lot of people can't do, and he's approaching the all-time scorer record as well, sooner than expected as well. Let's go to Luka because I want to get the exact numbers right with him. CJ McCollum had a big game, 11 3-pointers, which was a Pelicans record last night. So there's been a lot of big performances lately in the NBA. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, the scuffle this week between the Pistons and the Orlando Magic. 11 people got suspended for that. Jordan Poole, 41 points last night. Okay. Try to pull it up, guys. Yeah. So I think he had exactly 60, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists, I believe. Yeah. So that was crazy against the New York Knicks. And a lot of people I was sort of on the fence about it. Like, I think it was Zach LaVine had 43 points, so a lot of people were balling. Like I said, Jordan Poole, the Warriors start to figure some things out. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Oh yeah, Giannis had a big game. Oh yeah, let me talk about this real quick. The T-Wolves, because Rudy Gobert basically been getting torched. Zion torched him this week for 40 something, and now Giannis did what he did. I don't know, man. Like, Rudy Gobert, I don't know. He just haven't been getting it done, man. He came out and said You know, the GMs know how valuable you are. He's a valuable player. For today's NBA, you need a rim protector. You need a big guy that's going to do all the dirty work. He don't score much, but you really don't ask your center to score in today's NBA that much anyway. But right now, he ain't getting it done, man, for Minnesota. I think he gonna have to play better. But LeBron, like I said, LeBron is 47 points. What he's doing is amazing, you know, at the age that he's doing it at. Lakers ain't that good yet, or maybe, you know, they might can turn the corner. There's still time, but if Anthony Davis come back healthy, they stay healthy, I think they still have a chance. Give me about the yardage. I'm tired as I don't know what y'all. But yeah, he's amazing, man. Luka, his performance this week. I love Luka Doncic. He's one of my favorite players to watch. I was able to watch him a little bit on Christmas Day. That was kind of fun. But the NBA, as we look at the standings, let's transition to that. It's not really no standalone team. As we look at the East, Boston, at 26-10 got the best record in the NBA, but Milwaukee's right there. Brooklyn Nets has turned it around. They now 11 over 500. They 2.5 back. Cleveland, you know, cooled off a little bit, but they still a good, decent team. Philly starting to get it together. Indiana been a surprise with 19-17 in the East. I think Miami's starting to figure things out. Knicks was hot for a week and a half, and now they cooled off. The Hawks are always dangerous, like I said, with Trae Young. I think Chicago and Toronto also. And Washington, I think. But Charlotte, like I said, I think they was really missing LaMelo Ball. They've been playing better, even though they near the bottom. I think Orlando and Detroit, you pretty much know who they are. They're young, upcoming teams. They might be better in the years to come. But everybody else in the East, I think, you know, have a shot. So we'll see how that unfolds. In the West, it's pretty much wide open. New Orleans and Denver right now tied for the best record, but Memphis right there. Clippers quietly, nobody talking about them. The Clippers quietly at 21-16. The Kings has probably been a surprise so far in the West at 19-15. Warriors, like I said, starting to get their legs back. That's their game over. Now the disappointments is, like I said, I just brought up Minnesota. I guess you could throw the Lakers in there, but they wasn't good last year, so I wasn't expecting a lot from them this year. I just think they still must make the play-in or something, but we'll see. Like, you know, but Minnesota's probably been the most disappointing. Utah cooled off, but they started off hot. But yeah, the West, you definitely got a long way to go before we figure things out there. But I think this year, it's no clear-cut. Just like last year, there's no clear-cut team that's emerged. So, but that's it. I usually do the up and down segment, but like I said, I might scratch that for a while and just do it that way. Go through the standings and tell you who I think is playing well, who I think is playing bad, and do it that way. All right, so let's move on to the NFL. NFL Week 17 this week. A lot of big games with some playoff implications. We're going to pick off the rest of the games of the week. Our Big Five, I got them written down here on my notes. But let's look back at the other day, Thursday night, Dallas winning kind of easily over Tennessee, 27-13. It was on Amazon, but they stream it also on Twitch. So I'm got a Twitch account, so I was able to watch some of the game. You know, Tennessee pretty much set everyone. They coming in and beat up. Derrick Henry didn't play. Ryan Tannehill still hurt. They went with Joshua Dobbs. Tennessee, you know, they getting ready for next week against Jacksonville. That'll be for the division and to make the playoffs. Jags got a game this week. Who they play? I think they play Houston. So they better watch out, because, you know, Houston, even though they record don't show how hard they played all year, so they better watch that game. It could be a trap game. They need to win that game to really get you know, ready for next week. So let's see how sharp they look. Jacksonville been hot. So we'll see how they do, and we're gonna pick that game in a minute. But let's go back. I want to talk about Dallas because despite them winning by 14, they didn't look that good. Turnovers all over the place. Dak Prescott still turned the ball over. The defense still been a little inconsistent here and there. But they won the game, which they had to stay alive, to win, maybe to win the division. Philly look like they go with Minshew again this week. And who Philadelphia plays? The Saints, so that not going to be an easy game. So, and then I think Dallas plays the Giants. I think Philly played the Giants and Dallas played Washington, I think, the final week of the season. Because all four of these teams are right now are in the playoffs. We're going to look at that. Even though I didn't write that down, we're going to look at the playoff picture. But let's do the picks first. But Dallas, they got to play better. Or, I think looking at the big picture, they'd be a one-and-done team if they play like this. And most likely they're not going to catch Philadelphia with that division. They're going to be in that fifth spot, probably against Tampa. And if they, you still going against Tom Brady, so you better play your A game or you could be eliminated first wild card weekend. So, but yeah, that's the takeaway I got from the Cowboys Thursday night. All right, let's do our picks now. Of course, the big 5 games, I'll go more into detail about. The other games, I might just try to skim through it as much as I can. First game up, Sunday, New Year's Day, of course, tomorrow. Cardinals at Falcons, both of these teams, of course, eliminated out the playoffs. I'm going to go with the Falcons. I like how they look this year. They turned to the rookie. Arizona, I think they just waiting for the season to be over. Cliff Cleveland might be done. Kyler Murray, of course, is injured, so I'm going to go with Atlanta here. Bears at Lions, I'm going to go with Detroit here. Detroit is trying to sneak in the playoffs. They need some help, but I think they win their game. Bears, to me, just basically experiment with Justin Fields getting his feet wet. Next year, maybe they'll make a push forward. Broncos at Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will win this game. Denver, like I said, is also falling apart. They fired their coach this week, Nick Fangio. They wound up letting them go. Russell Wilson said he was upset about it, but now the pressure's on him. Now next year he's going to have to play a lot better, or people will start looking at him. But I think the Chiefs will win the game. My first of the big 5, the Miami Dolphins at the New England Patriots. Patriots are 2.5-point favorites. No Tua. He's in the concussion protocol again. He hasn't been playing for the last couple of weeks anyway, but he's in the concussion protocol, so it would be Teddy Bridgewater starting. And with that being said, I think New England will wind up winning this game. Miami, it's the opposite. Last year they started off bad and ended the season good. They still missed the playoffs. This year it might seem like they trended down, so that's unfortunate. But I think New England is going to make things tighter and beat them this week. A lot of controversy around Matt Jones. Should New England move on? Blah blah blah. I don't think so. I think he played good enough that you gotta still see what he can do. But I can understand some people have a trepidation on him, but we'll see. Especially in a big game like this, we'll see how he perform. I just think New England's just right now, without Tua, I don't think they're able to use those weapons like Tyreek Hill and Waddle and the guys. I don't think they're gonna be able to get vertical with Bridgewater. So I think that's gonna help New England slow them down a bit, and I think they'll beat them. Colts at Giants. I got the Giants. The Colts, another team that's a mess. Giants, basically about to push their tickets to the playoffs, so I think they will win at home against the Colts. Saints at Eagles. I brought up the Eagles. They still play well with Gardner. I think they will win this game to clinch the division. Saints, to me, they so fluky. They've been so fluky this year, but they still have a chance to win the division, so it's a big game for them as well. But I think the Eagles will clinch their division and beat the Saints. Buccaneers and Panthers. I almost put this game on the big 5, but this got some playoff implications. If the Panthers could somehow upset the Buccaneers, that'd be interesting, because I think they beat them already this season. Or did Tampa win that game, the first game? But either way, it'll make things very, very interesting. But I think Tampa with Tom Brady, I think he's just not going to allow them to lose, and I think they will win and take care of business. And I don't think it'll clinch the division for them. It might, because if the Saints lose, I think if the Saints lose as well, I think that'll be it, because I think Atlanta's already two out. So I think Atlanta's probably already eliminated. So I think this win will clinch it for the Buccaneers. I think they do it. Browns and Commanders, big game for the Commanders. Fell short last week. They evened all across the board with a tie, 7-1. Browns at 6-9. Browns, like I said, I think Deshaun Watson, it's been good for him to be playing, to get his feet wet for next year. But I think they're going to be a formidable team next year. Commanders need this game to stay in the playoff hunt, and I think they'll get it. They're at home. I think it'll be a close game though, but I think the Commanders will win. Jaguars at Texas. I talked about this game a little bit already. I think the Jags will win the game, but I think Houston going to give them all they got. I think it'll be a close, tight game to the end, but I think the Jags will pull it out and set up that big game next week against the Titans. 49ers Raiders. Going with the 49ers. I didn't talk about this. I should have wrote down for news. The Derek Carr been benched and sent home, which is crazy, but that's what the Raiders doing. They go with Stidham, former Patriot quarterback. Josh McDaniels, man, he look like he's over his head right now. So the Raiders are a mess. The 49ers trended up. Everybody been getting on me about my power rankings, why they not in. Basically, the reason is I just don't. Brock Purdy just still got to show me a little bit more, and I'll put him in. Cincinnati, like I said, I know what Joe Burrow can do, so I gave Cincinnati the edge. But basically, it was between those two teams in that final fifth spot. Some people have the number one, 49ers number one, and they got a good roster, they got a good team, but still, to me, it's the quarterback, and he still got 4 losses. Like, if you're so good, why you got 4 losses? So that's how I look at it as well. So, but they gonna win this game against the Raiders. The Raiders are best, might be even a blowout. Seahawks at Jets. That made my big 5 list. Jets 1.5 point favorites. This is basically an elimination game. Whoever loses this game, probably not going to make the playoffs. Jets, of course, been up and down. They go. Mike White supposed to be back this week, so this will be an interesting game. Him and Geno Smith probably been the most surprising quarterbacks that played well this year. But I'm leaning Jets. Because the Jets defense is just a lot better. Seattle allows too many points. I think Mike White gonna be able to move the ball, but I think the Jets gonna be able to slow down Geno a little bit. This game might be a little personal to Geno. Of course, the Jets drafted him, so it might be a little personal to him. But I think it'll be a close game. But I think the Jets will pull it out. I just think the edge basically is the defense. The Seahawks defense is bad. There's definitely not the Legion of Boom. So Geno gonna have to somehow pull him out this game. I think he's not gonna be able to, not against that Jet defense. So I got the Jets winning, and you go look at the playoff picture. Because if the Jets win, then I think they will still keep their hopes alive. Vikings Packers. Speaking of playoff hopes, this also made my big 5 list. Vikings are 3.5 point favorites. Everybody down on the Vikings, but they 12-3. I know their schedule has been barely nothing. They lost to some big teams, bad, but I think you gotta give them credit for the 12 wins. They already wrapped up the division, so it'd be interesting to see what they do. They still can get the 1 seed. They still didn't play for that, so they might play everyone. But I'm gonna be surprised, if they, let's just say somebody might twist an ankle or something, and the Vikings might concede this game. But I still don't think they're going to beat the Packers. Packers, to me, just been too inconsistent. They are at home, so let's see what Aaron Rodgers could do, as he's always haunted every team in this division. So that could be lingering over the Vikings here. But I think the Vikings make a statement. They win this game, and I think that pretty much will eliminate Green Bay for their slim playoff hopes as well. The Battle of LA Rams at the LA Chargers. This is probably a huge game to begin the year with the Rams. Probably one of the most disappointed teams easily this season. Baker Mayfield is your quarterback for the Rams. Chargers, Justin Herbert playing very well. They already clinched the playoff spot, and I don't think they can move up. So we'll see how they approach this game. But I still think if everybody plays, I think the Chargers will win that game. And the biggest game, we forgot one. Sunday Night Football. Man, as a Ravens fan, I almost forgot this game. Steelers and Ravens. Ravens 2.5-point favorites. Of course, this game was always a big game because of the rivalry and everything else. But now this has some playoff implications. Steelers, I think, still alive, but probably need a lot of help. Ravens already clinched the playoff spot to still win the division. Still no Lamar Jackson this week. As a Ravens fan, I would have picked the Ravens, but I don't feel good about it. I don't like how we played them the first time. We pretty much escaped with a win in Pittsburgh. I think they went back to the young Kenny Pickett. I think is back. So I think that gives them a better chance to run the offense like they wanted to. Trubisky played well, but too many turns. Basically, we turned them over 3 times. That was pretty much the difference of the game. If they wouldn't have turned it over, they would have beat the Ravens. But I'm gonna go with them, the Ravens again. We at home. That's basically my only reason. But I don't feel good about this game at all as a Ravens fan. I think Tyler Huntley gonna struggle unless we run the ball, get the ball to Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. It should be a running football game. Don't try to get too cute and run through the ball too much. And I think if we do that, defense holds up. I think the Ravens can win a close, tight game. It's going to be a war. It's always a war. The faces change, but these still the Ravens and the Steelers. I think we'll pull it out, but I think it's going to be real tight. And the final game of the week, Monday Night Football. Probably one of the biggest games of the year. Bills at Bengals. Bengals come in hot. I think they won 7 straight. Bills had the little bumps in the road, but all they losses are division losses, I believe. They lost to Miami, lost to the Jets. I think they didn't lose to New England. I think they lost to somebody else. But this is a big game for both teams. I think the Bengals still they play for the 1 seed as well. But they would probably need Kansas City to lose another game. But this is huge game for both teams. I would go with the Bills here. I've been high on the Bills all year. I think they go in there and make somewhat of a statement and beat Cincinnati. I think it's going to be a close game. Joe Burrow and Josh Allen definitely the future of the NFL quarterback-wise. This could wind up turn it into a rivalry. We might see these two teams again in the playoffs as well. So this is a huge game. And as a Ravens fan, I like Cincinnati. They're going to be a trouble team in our way for years to come. But I think the Bills get them. I think Josh Allen flexes his muscles a little bit more, make the last play, and wins it for the Bills. I got the Bills winning the game. And that's our picks for week 17. So now we're going to look at the playoff picture. I just mentioned the Bills and the Bengals. So the Bills right now is the 1 seed as they own the tiebreaker over Kansas City. Now if Cincinnati wins, they will own the tiebreaker against both. They would have beaten both Kansas City and Buffalo. But see, if Kansas City, Cincinnati would still need Kansas City to lose. So if Kansas City plays who are the Bengals? Cincinnati, Kansas City plays. Let me just look. So Denver, I knew it was a lower level team. So it's gonna be hard to believe they'll lose that game. So the Chiefs might be rooting for the Bengals because if the Bengals beat the Bills, they will move up. and be the 1 seed with 1 game left, be in position to get the 1 seed. And both teams will have to be on the road. They'd be 2-3 for sure as we look at the playoff picture again. Sorry, let's pull it up. Yeah, but as of right now, it's Buffalo 1, Kansas City 2, Cincinnati's 3. They all clinched. Jacksonville is 4th right now for the AFC South. So like I said, next week against Tennessee will determine that. And the loser probably going to go home. Chargers clinched at 9-6. Ravens clinched at 10-5. They 5-6 respectively. Miami right now the final spot, but if I think they're gonna lose to New England, so New England would drop them and go to 7. Like I said, Pittsburgh and the Jets will still be alive. I think Tennessee can't get a wild card. I think they gotta get the division. And for Vegas, which is not officially eliminated, I guess a lot of stuff gotta go right and they gotta win. So they still alive, but most likely they're going to be eliminated this week. NFC, Eagles number 1, Minnesota number 2, San Francisco 3. They all clinch. Minnesota and San Francisco clinch their divisions. Philadelphia, despite that best record, have not yet. I think both the Niners and the Vikings haven't played for the 1 seed. Not sure. Tampa and Dallas as well, because if Dallas went out and Philadelphia lose, they could get it. They could get the 1 seed. They either gonna be 1 or 5. So, so Dallas 5th. They already clinched the playoff berth at 12-4. Tampa 7-8. Represent the South. I messed it up. Gotta pull it back up again. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, everyone. Right, so then in the final 2 spots, Giants, like I said, if the Giants win, they pretty much clinch. And Washington at 7-1, so the tie's actually helping them right now. But you know, Seattle got their game against the Jets. Let's just say they lose, like, cause I think they're gonna lose. Green Bay lose, they done. And Detroit wins. Let's see if Washington lose. Is 8-8 better than 7-8-1? I think so. So I think Detroit could move into that last spot. Yeah. So crazy, man. It's gonna be a crazy week. So there's some big games this week with a lot of implications. So a lot of implications. All right, so that's it for the NFL Week 17 picks. So thanks so much. I'm doing fairly well with my picks this year, so no complaints here. Okay, so we near the end of the show. Let me sort of, you know, give my thoughts on what's going to happen with the channel and things of that nature. This week, like I said, something happened last week within the household here that shakes some days up. Like I said, can't get into full detail because of laws and stuff like that. But basically, one of my housemates is moving out, and we split the internet service, but it's in his name. So eventually, not knowing when, but eventually, I'm going to lose internet access again. It seems like every time the beginning of the year, like the last year, this happened. Well, the last year. It happened around this time of year. I lost internet connection, so but hopefully it won't be out for too long. As far as this week alone, I just had to take a break. I was drained. A lot of things going on behind the scenes with work, with myself. Like I said, I'm not a holiday person, so I just needed to take a break from YouTube, doing my video game playthroughs, my projects during the week, because like I said, I'm doing work, so that's always difficult as well. But since I know now that this is happening, I'm gonna try to kick out as much videos as I can, try to finish my God of War project, Bro 4. So I try to finish all these projects that I'm already started, You know, before we lose the internet connection. It might take weeks. It might be tomorrow. I will definitely announce something, you know, on my community tab and on my social media. So check all that stuff out. Keep an eye on it. You'll get an update. But that's what's pretty much going on as far as the future of the channel. I don't want to shut the channel down again like I did. Well, I had no choice, but you know, and like I said, get dispersion, the channel not growing the way I wanted it to do. I thought I'd be a little bit further. I thought I had a little bit more subscribers by now. I thought I'd be at least in the 200s, but I'm not, and that's fine, you know. But I'm gonna keep going though. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna quit. I just needed to take a little break, and that's why I want to do the blog today. I didn't want to cancel another blog. I didn't want to cancel nothing. But as far as like my video game projects, I start them again Monday. I might do something this morning. I don't know. I'm really tired. Definitely need to take a nap. If I get up in time before work starts, I'll probably do a God of War video or something. So just look out for it. But that's what's going on with the channel. Might have to be a little temporary shutdown again. I try to look into some internet. And if I find something, then we'll be back. But it could be. I mean, right now we good. Every day is a process. Every day is going on behind the scenes. So, but once the permanent process is done, then that's where the internet's gonna go. So, so I think, like I said, Monday I'm gonna try to just do as much as I can. Start Monday, get back on the grind, do some more videos, and then once the shutdown happens, I'll let you guys know. So, but thank you guys for the support. Like I said, the people that do support me, I thank you guys. I thank you all. But at the same time, you know, the support's not really consistent, and I get frustrated sometimes. And then every day going on around me, I just had to take a break for a second. So, but I wanted to record this vlog today. A lot of things happening in sports, so I didn't want to miss this week. So I'm glad I was able to do it today. But that's what's going on, you know, basically. So so just like I said, just keep a lookout. I'll let you know once the channel will have to be shut down. I won't be able to do my video game playthrough. Like I said, I'll still be able to go live on my phone, so I might just go live and do my blogs that way until I'm able to get back some internet access. But and all this is slow moving, so like I said, this could be weeks from now, it could be tomorrow. But no matter when it happens, I'll definitely let you guys know. Other than that, I think that's it, man. I think that's it for this week. Like I said, thanks everyone for the support. Shout out to Helping Hearts 888. Shout out to my man Good Vibes. Hope you're doing well, man. I know when I was live last week, you told me about your mom. Hope she's doing better. Hope you're doing better. Thanks for being a supporter. A lot of my old supporters as well, that's been with me for a long time. I thank you guys. And I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm late to recording. I'm just 10:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so the video ain't gonna post till after 11 most likely. So just look out for it then. I apologize for that. Started late this morning because of work, so I had to do some things first before I started recording. So like I said, thank you everyone. Thank you everybody. If I forgot somebody, I apologize. Check out all my social media outlets to stay updated on everything. And happy New Year to you guys. And like I said, I'm not a New Year person. Like I said, my sister, yesterday was her death anniversary, and then her being in the Muslim faith, we had to bury her today, like the next day, which was the 31st, 11 years ago. It's been 11 years now. So and like I said, I miss her dearly. So like I said, sis, nobody forget about you, you know, and I appreciate you when you was here. So alright, well, I'm gonna go, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Y'all have a great, safe, happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in 2023. Thanks so much. Peace and love always. See you guys next time.